Friendly drone support is active. Friendly drone support is active.
What is up, guys? It's your man Evil Dre here, coming at you with another Call of Duty Infinite Warfare gameplay. And of course, guys, you know in today's gameplay, your boy coming at you with that NV4 Honeybee gameplay. I didn't get a chance to play IW yesterday, catch that gameplay for it, but best believe I hopped on today and I got that gameplay for it. Now, I figured since I didn't need suppressor, I used a different setup, something I never would use on NV4. I used rifled barrel. Now, I should have probably ran extended mags, but you know, I felt like, nah, I didn't really need it. I'm using synaptic, and I got scavenger. So this is my exact setup. The Honeybee, Elo, quick draw, rifle barrel. For the perks, we got dexterity, hardline, scavenger, and dead silence. This gun is this is one of my favorite guns when Call of Duty Ghost was out. I really do wish they could have made the design a little bit better though. Don't get me wrong. You know, I know they really couldn't do much with this game, but in my opinion, what I would have did is, just like they made the Ripper look completely different from the RPR Evo, since this gun is so iconic in Ghost, they could have tried to make it look a little bit different. They could have at least made this the one NV4 variant that looks different. Or at least changed how it looks in the picture, because right now this looks like nothing more than an NV4 Chaos with a suppressor. But the good thing about this gun is it shoots faster when you aim it down sight and when you're shooting from the hip. I like that because the NV4 sucks when it comes to hip firing. Usually if you hip fire with an NV4, you're pretty screwed unless you're using the Chaos, but this variant gives you the best of both worlds. You get the average NV4 fire rate with the NV4 Chaos, you know, hip fire rate. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know if it's just me. It could be me. I'm not super rusty, but I've been playing so much World War II. I just didn't feel like my usual self in this game. I don't know what it was, but best believe I definitely put this work in. I was going to try to see if I could get like a flawless or something like that, but best believe, as always, whenever you go on a flawless streak, you got people chasing you down, even when you're not using a nuke variant. I never understand that. Like, why chase me down if I'm using a regular NV4? I understand you're like, yeah, I got to kill this guy. But still, ain't no reason to chase me as I get gunned super quick by that trencher. Now, I mean, I could have rewinded right there, but what was the actual point of wasting my time, you know? And this gun, though, I ain't gonna lie, the fact that it has a suppressor that doesn't affect the range is great, because then I'm basically stacking a suppressor with rifled barrel, making this gun just even more amazing. As I'm just gunning these guys. The weird part is the jump shot is on point. The jump shot never left. The aim in this game, a little piece of it left, boy. So much World War II, boy. I done gotten so used to that PPSH in my hands that I think I suck now. Not completely, but you know, it is what it is. I hit that dude with the nasty spray. But man, I was just gunning these guys. I really do have to say, I'm disappointed with the route that World War II is taking right now. Especially seeing as though that in the recent video that they actually, I say recent video, in the recent Reddit post, they actually mentioned that they weren't planning on changing sprint out times because, quote unquote, it's a boots on the ground game. I don't understand what that's supposed to mean when BO2, World at War, you know, Black Ops 1, MW3, all of these games have really good sprint out times, and yet this game has a slow ass sprint out time. Basically meaning if you get caught sprinting and you're not pre-aiming around corners, you're going to get screwed. But I'm going to save that for another video. Right now we talking about this honey badger. I never understand why Infinite Warfare decides that, like, man, I understand, like, because they want to release DLC for the second year, but I sincerely wish that we would have had something like this when this game was alive. Then again, though, with the way that this community was on this game when this was the main Call of Duty, I'm actually glad they released this when less people playing this, because you got less synaptic skinny bots using propulsion, jumping 50 feet in the air using this. I know I might sound like a hypocrite, but your boy is using Rushdown with skinny bot, okay? Give me some props. Like, this was a good game though and I will always know this is one of my favorite Call of Duties out of the advanced movement ones to play. I can go back on this at any time of the day and have a good time. Meanwhile, I hop on World War II, and I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I can play this shit solo. I hop on World War II, and I damn near have to play with other people to have fun. Solo, that game is trash. If you don't play with another person, then just, yeah. As I keep ranting about World War II in the IW video. Oh my god, this game is just, to be honest with you, all the good stuff is always put into these Infinity War Call of Duties. I just feel like, in my opinion, I know everybody gives Treyarch the most props for making the greatest Call of Duties, and I mean, growing up, I could see why that would be the case, because it was so much time in between when Treyarch and Infinity War made Call of Duties. They'd have like damn near a whole, I don't know, I can't think of the exact number, but I think it was more than 3 years between them at first. So you had a lot of time to make a good ass game. Nowadays, it's 3 years in between, and that still should be enough time. Like, you should know what people want. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I feel like Infinity War always brings what the people want, but people are too blind by the fact that, in their opinion, Treyarch makes the best Call of Duties, that they look past all the good stuff that Infinity War does. I mean, to be honest with you, in my opinion, they did supply drops the best out of anybody. You know, I refuse to touch MWR. You would never see me play MWR unless I'm trying to compare it to what, I guess maybe World War II, and even then I wouldn't play that, as I just get finessed by this dude right here. He wasn't even aiming for me. That's what kind of made me the most mad. He's aiming for somebody else, but it is what it is. This game is really fun. I just love the pace of it, as of course everybody quits. Like, it's weird to me because whenever your boy's on a good streak, the whole lobby just dips. I'm like, damn, I'm not even sweating. I always think it's hilarious when I play this game because, you know, this game to me shows who's really good and who's not. A good Call of Duty player like learn how to master the movement in this game, as well as actually have gun skill, because it takes gun skill to be able to jump and stay on target at the same time. But let the typical noob tell it, you got an elite controller, you have a scuff, and that makes you really good at this game. I mean, hey, I don't know what to say. You know, I rock a 2.6 in this game, and I rock a 2.2 in World War II. It's definitely the movement that makes me better, I have to admit. Being able to like dodge out of areas when it's random gunfights I don't want to be in. I love rewind. I know that this like rig was looked down on by a lot of people during the game's main life cycle, but I mean, Synaptic is just like pretty much every rusher's favorite type of rig to use. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can rush with anything in this game because it's not slow paced, but Synaptic just fits a lot of people's playstyle. But yeah, I was putting in work with this NV4 as I couldn't find anybody for like the last little bit of time. But whatever, we slowly coming up on the end of this video. And I just want to let you guys know that with all that being said, my name is Evil Dre. Smacking lobbies is my hobby. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like, drop a subscribe if you're new, turn on notifications as well. And as always, guys, I will see every single one of you guys in the next video. Peace out.